Alright, people, welcome again to MG Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Hopefully you guys are actually having a wonderful day. So we're gonna speak about the youngster reggae boy Omari Hutchinson and a possible transfer. Well, not possible, actually seems as if it's already wrapped up at this present moment. We're gonna discuss a little bit about it, but not only that, we're gonna highlight the reason for the transfer move and the decision that he made to go to Chelsea Football Club. So, in the meantime, people, please do smash the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're here for the first time. Let me give a shout out to our channel members. We have the two channel patrons, Ravan Bennett and Raymond Austin. We have the original Zilla, Jermaine Swaby, Rose Gold, David Beckham, Feather 5 Black Icon 40, Kyle Wallace from the Reggae Boyz Supporters Club, Liebel, Marsden Ricketts, Jamil Winter, Roko Reacts, Devon Hughes, and the Ellis Word. Massive respect to our channel members. So hopefully you guys are doing wonderful. Now, let's get to the meat of the matter. Let's get straight to the reports in the first place. Let's get to the reports. As you can see, EFL rumor roundup. It's actually, I'm just give you some details. West Brom, Middlesbrough, and Norwich are interested in Chelsea youngster Omari Hutchinson on loan. Now, the other articles are saying that West Brom actually are in the final aspect of completing the transfer deal. Now, you can remember, this was cast our mind back to in January when Fabrizio Romano officially announced the announcement of Omari Hutchinson joining West Brom. Solely, what happened is that some late minute issues where Chelsea is concerned why the deal didn't go through, and apparently he ended up at the stay at Chelsea playing in the Premier League 2 for Chelsea in the youth setup, and it didn't really get any first team minutes even though the season was done. And I do believe that would have been a prime opportunity for him to get some first team minutes because they weren't going to get relegated. So give some of the youngsters some minutes. Fortunately, that didn't materialize for him. So this season for Chelsea, I think he made only one in total appearance for the first team football, for first team. And I personally think that that's not a good look. That's really not a good look. But we all know. Now, initially, I do remember when he was at Arsenal, and I'm going to go, when he was at Arsenal, they started out a transfer for him, a loan move, my apologies, for him to further his development in the Championship. He didn't want it to go out on loan, it seems to be. Then he made the transition to say that, hey, I'm going to go to Chelsea. Chelsea are looking for wingers. I'm possible to get possibilities that I might get some first team football. Unfortunately, when he arrived at Chelsea, changing management and all these things happening, and the new management brought numerous amount of wingers, quite a lot of wingers when the new management came in. Mudryk and Mandizuki, all of these wingers came into the team, and that means that Omari Hutchinson will be further behind in the pecking order. So initially for me, when he made the move from Arsenal to Chelsea, I pointed out that there was a bad move. Now let me tell you something. There's not a lot of players that was developed by Chelsea. I know a lot of persons will be running to me and telling me about likes of Mason Mount and Reece James. These are academy players coming through. And most clubs normally tend to bring a few academy players through just to show the route, just to show the pathway for the academy. You can't have an academy and you don't have a pathway for them. So in the same sense, they are quality players, but a player that is coming in, especially for a club at Chelsea's level, they are looking for top level elite talents who are actually who have already arrived. Now, Omari Hutchinson is a young player. He hasn't arrived as yet. He's just looking for that moment to burst on the scene. He's just looking for that moment. He's just 19 years old, so he do have time. But he's apparently looking for that moment to burst onto the scene. Yes, he's quite talented. But when you look at the players ahead of him, these players have more experience. They are also talented, and they have been playing senior football for a longer duration. So they will always be first preference unless Omari Hutchinson can really just get serious and just pull a jersey off one of those players. Not physically, but just with performance basis. So apparently him going to Chelsea was never necessarily going to be that he's going to be playing first team football based off the amount of purchases that they brought in, the likes of Raheem Sterling and these guys. Come on, Omari Hutchinson, despite how talented he is behind of these wingers where that is concerned. Now, this season I'm surprised that they are still touting for him to go out on loan, solely because I strongly believe that quite a few of the Chelsea wingers right now will be moving. Unfortunately, Chelsea are still linked with other wingers in the transfer market at this present moment. So that might mean that there's not necessarily a pathway for Omari Hutchinson this time around, and which is very, very unfortunate because there's so much young talents in the Chelsea football system, and the pathway seems so dim that it just look difficult. Now, let's have a look at this now. Where my preference is, where the transfer is, I'm not sure if moving to the Championship would actually be the best advice. I do think a lot of persons would say it's best if he moved to the Championship. When I'm looking at a player like Balogun going to League A in the French division and doing well down there, I do think that the German league and the Belgian, German and the French league are actually a very good league for young players to really, really develop. There's a lot of young players in the Championship, but one thing I know that because of the intensity, the pressure that's in the Championship, most of these clubs tend to more focus on more experienced players. Not all of them, but most of them are heavily experienced and are heavily focused on experienced players to get them to the Premier League. No, elite young talents are always a given, where they said, okay, there is a place for elite young talents like you. So in moving to the Championship, it's not really necessarily a bad move, but I do think that the French league and the Bundesliga is more of a development league for these youngsters. As we've seen, a lot of the young players that have gone to these type of leagues and further their development. And more than likely, when you look at it, they've gone to like one of the mid-table clubs where they get consistent game time. Going to the top clubs now, there's not a short because they have already have their preferred starting 11, and you'd be just coming off the bench, and you don't really want that, especially at your age. I do believe that Omari Hutchinson should be playing consistent minutes like right throughout the season, and we've seen that. That's the reason I use Balogun an example. Balogun went to a club who is they're not the top of the table, but they knows that he'll be playing consistent minutes right throughout the season. So it's up to him to improve and consistently get better. So I do believe that those that division, those leagues will be a better move in my perspective to further, especially as a winger. The Championship now, very rigid, very, very rigid, especially for the attacking players. But we'll see how this one materializes. I do believe that West Brom, as Fabrizio Romano announced in January, I do believe that West Brom will be the team that is likely to end up at this season. So we'll see how that one materializes, people. So keep updated on the Omari Hutchinson transfer. Anyways, Reggae Boy Omari Hutchinson, well done. Congratulations on another season. You did well in the Premier League too. Not so good in not much appearance in the first team, for the first team, Chelsea first team. But apparently, I'm hope to see how you further development where that is concerned. So make the best choice for you where club is concerned. We get consistent minutes. It's very, very important. And I'll see how this one materializes, people. Please smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're here for the first time, MG Sports TV, people. I'm out. Boom. Music. Soon I'm going to something one day now.